Hare Krishna. Here I am on a pretty cold morning. It We had a almost ideal yesterday. It rained a few times. Otherwise, it was cool, cloudy, with some sun here and there, and too cold for swimming. So people didn't have any other alternative other than to come to the Hare Krishna fair, and many did. It was a record number, just 150 shy of 4,000 people. I think we would have probably gotten 4,500 if it didn't rain. And unfortunately, overnight it rained. Even this morning, up until 9 o'clock, it rained. Right now, it's not. It's overcast, extremely cold. It's 15 degrees, considering that 2 days ago it was 40 degrees. And it's very windy. That's more the problem than the cold. Hungarians brave that. But I think it's going to clear up somewhat. Later in the day, the clouds seem to be breaking. And we're hoping that we can break our record, which was, I think, 7,800 people, so that we can get over 8,000 people. On Friday, we had 600. Yesterday, I said we had 38 and a half, so it's about, we stand at 45. We'd have to do another 3,500 today. It would definitely happen if it wasn't for the cold and the wind, but that is the reality. We'll have to live with that. And I put up some pictures from my little camera from my telephone. Gives you a little idea of some of the events yesterday, including wedding of Taladvaj Prabhu and Kunja Bihari. I think many, some devotees even outside of Hungary know Kunja Bihari. Very nice, friendly devotee. And today we have a series of questions. If I can just put this snap on. There we go. Sham Sundar's Dodi, Damodar's Dhoti. And the first one is from Bhakta Jesper. In Holland, how can we know if we are honestly surrendering in our spiritual life? Because we're making advancement in spiritual life. The result of surrendering is that we become free from material attachment and we become attached to Krishna. And that's something that later on Bhagavatam says is like eating. Your appetite should be satisfied, you are nourished, you're healthy. All of these things are a consequence of eating. Similarly, the same type of experience is there when one is practicing devotional service. Feels satisfied, enthusiastic, free of material attachment, increased attachment to Krishna. And his other part of the question is how not to become complacent when surrendering. There is no question of complacency if you're properly practicing Krishna consciousness, because the nature of devotional service is that it increases your desire for it. Take the example of a drug. The nature of a drug, intoxicant, is that it's habit forming. The more you take it, the more you want to take it. Devotional service is also like that. The more you perform devotional service, the more you want to perform it. So there's no question of becoming complacent. If, however, one does not perform devotional service properly, then complacency will set in, unfortunately. So perform devotional service properly, and you won't become complacent in the process of surrender. Balanuj in Hungary, he's asking, Can parents give children their names, or should it be given by the spiritual master? By all means, parents are spiritual master. That's why they accepted children. They have full authority to give their children names. If they like, they can get the blessings of spiritual master by asking him, please bless his name. Is it all right to have this name? But even that's not necessary. Sometimes devotees come and give me a name for my Gornitai deities, give me a name for my child, give me it's a lot, and devotees are more than qualified and competent to do that. Here's a interesting question from a Narayan Das. He says, me and my wife are initiated disciples of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. We've been married for the past 17 years. Before marriage, a witch was living with me, and at marriage ceremony, it also circumambulated the fire, and now it's living with us and giving us a lot of suffering and pain. We have many sleepless nights. We've tried many ways to get rid of the witch, but could not. Even we recite Nishinga Kavacha, still the witch can't go away. Please help us if there's any means of getting rid of this witch. I'm not an expert on ghost busting or witch busting. Only thing I know is to chant Hare Krishna, and that if it's chanted offenselessly, purely, then it will drive away all types of witches. I take it this is a subtle witch that we're speaking about, and some remnant of some karma that this witch is attached to Narayan and causing such difficulty. The best solution is practicing Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, our formula is that when there's some difficulty or problem in life, we just accept that. It's Krishna's mercy, having already surrendered to the Lord. Then if there are difficulties that we encounter in life, what to do but just tolerate them. Tam Stitiksha. This is Krishna's instruction. And if even by pure chanting they don't go away, then you just tolerate. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he himself had this very, very high fever, was cursed by this Vishikashen, and who was in jail, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur did that. Still, he just tolerated the fever, continued to do his service, and then at a certain point, when Krishna arranged that this Vishikashen's hair was cut, and then he lost all his power, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur was cured. So we can make all reasonable arrangements. If nothing works beyond that, then Hare Krishna. It's Krishna's mercy. Be it a witch, be it some kind of sickness, some other type of infirmity or poverty. Ultimately, devotees accept. Tatenu krampam shishmikshimano punjaya evatmakitam vipakam yashahamanugrahami. Abhinandan Das asks, is the saying, if you love God, then all other truths are untruths? Is this true? Well, I don't know if I say it's true. It must be untrue because it's the only truth that exists. So how can I say that it's either true or untrue? I must say it's untrue. Anyway, it's a silly saying. Although loving God is certainly our topmost principle, but there are so many other truths. You're not this body is a truth, that living in the material world is a truth, that Srimati Radharani is Krishna's beloved is a truth. So there are many truths related to God and love of God. Love of God may be the highest principle that one wants to attain, but there are also so many other things. I don't think how it's necessary to answer that question. And here's Rupeshwar Gaurangadas. He says, how do we deal with becoming too attached to devotees, male or female? In one hand, I understand that this is